This person says the pool of U.S. soccer players has grown a ton in the past few decades, meaning that theoretically, better athletes are being selected from a larger talent pool. Yet, the U.S. hasn't improved World Cup performances at all. And I have to guess what he's meaning by this is he believes there is far more to it that Americans simply do not understand than just having a larger talent pool of higher quality athletes to choose from. Now, I will give him this much. This is probably as close to a good argument against this that exists. However, when you actually analyze it just slightly, it falls over like a house of cards from a slight breeze. So, for starters, while it is true that soccer has grown in popularity considerably, it's still, at best, the fourth most popular sport in America. So, even though it's substantially more popular than, say, it was in 1994, in the first World Cup that USA hosted, it's still, at best, getting our fourth choice athletes. Nowhere near our first or second choices. Then we have to look at those World Cup performances. There's one major problem with this. Even though it is fair to say that winning the World Cup is the ultimate goal. I agree with that. The problem is, the World Cup is such an incredibly small sample size of games, it's not actually the best metric of improved performance from USA men's national team or the total talent production of the players. Because here's the thing, really, even if you make the final or the third place match, you're only playing 7 games. So if you're gonna tell me performance in 7 games is the ultimate judgment of a team's quality, you're kind of delusional, and that's just how it works. But the other thing is this, we have other and better metrics. USA men's national team's win percentage has been trending upwards overall. But maybe more important than that, when we look at the quality of talent that USA is producing on the men's side, both in MLS and overseas in Europe, it keeps trending up. The quality is getting better. Now, is it fair to say we have not produced a ton of world-class players? Yeah, that's fair to say. But we're starting to mass produce quality professional players for MLS and also even the top 5 leagues in Europe. And statistically, it's probably easier to produce that than it is world-class players, which realistically only a small handful of countries even produce one of those at a time. Anyways, but as long as American soccer keeps trending upwards in popularity, for example, when it surpasses baseball in popularity and becomes the 3rd most popular sport in the country, I think we're gonna start seeing USA producing world-class players, and eventually that will mean getting to a quarterfinal or a semifinal or maybe even the final in a World Cup. And if it gets even more popular than that, yeah, USA will probably win a men's World Cup, because here's the thing that a lot of you are just completely and entirely unwilling to acknowledge. There is no special magical secret that Europeans and South Americans know about soccer that Americans just can't learn, they can't understand. If America's resources go to soccer, like they did for American football, for example, yeah, we would probably produce the best players, coaches, and everything else in the world, and we would be one of, if not the very, very best team in the world, and you guys would just have to deal with it.